English media have a terrible habit of glorifying Englishmen. You could say that when England produced a footballer with a promise of a bright future, they instantly add 30+ million to his price tag, just because he's English. And today we'll break down the most known of them, Jesse Lingard. First on our list is Jesse Lingard, formerly of Manchester United. Lingard has faced criticism for earning a reported £75,000 per week during his time at Manchester United. Not that much, you say? The argument here is not necessarily about his talent, but more about the inconsistency of his performances at Manchester United. Despite moments of brilliance, Lingard was often on the fringes of the first team, which led many to question his dedication to football. Some would say he lives for things in this order: silly dances, expensive cars, and Manchester United. Bale would approve. Lingard's successful spell at West Ham United led Lingard towards his redemption, showing that the talent was there the whole time. Unfortunately, after Jesse left United, his career went downhill anyway. Mason Mount, once a hero of the Blues, the best player of the year 2 times over, and yet Mason Mount makes this list? For Mason Mount, the 2022-23 season was a huge warning, full of terrible performances and injuries as well. $60 million price tag that was put on Mount's head is far from being paid back, and only the Englishman himself knows what's happening in his head. Mason still has time to turn things around, but since he's earning £250,000 per week at Manchester United, the pressure is more than big. Harry Maguire. Way too expensive defender. £80 million was a robbery of the century from Leicester. No, really. Harry Maguire is definitely a victim of his brutal price tag. He's a decent defender and leader, especially while playing for his country. Just look at the stats. Maguire's weekly wage of around £190,000 is a significant chunk of Manchester United's budget. But what makes him overpaid? Considering his epic football fails, they are used way too much on social media by his haters for sure. All that trolling must have impacted Maguire's psychological state, and as a result his performances as well. That gave a big fade to his career at Manchester. Some are on his side, but critics argue that while he's a solid defender, he's not quite at the level of top defenders worldwide. Being a homegrown player might be definitely among the reasons for his price tag and the club's willingness to pay top dollar. Raheem Sterling. £300,000 at City, £325,000 a week at Chelsea. That tells you something about the talent of Raheem Sterling. To be fair, he proved himself to be a crucial player for both Liverpool and Manchester City for several seasons. His transfer from Liverpool to City in 2015 for £49 million was a big move, followed by many trophies with Citizens. So why is he on this list? Well, Sterling is undoubtedly a fantastic player, but he seems to have his prime in the past. Chelsea offered a chance for his last big contract, and Thomas Tuchel expected Raheem to be the one who will lead Chelsea's attack. Tuchel's later departure gives you a hint that it didn't really work out. Raheem's numbers from the first seasons were dreadful. Scoring 6 goals and providing 3 assists in one season is simply not enough for Chelsea fans and management. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Next on the list is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. He will be remembered as yet another star boy who moved from Arsenal to gain trophies. This time to Liverpool in 2017 for £35 million, where he reportedly earned around £120,000 per week. Oxlade-Chamberlain's case is really heartbreaking to tell, because despite his undeniable talent, he was yet another victim of injuries that limited his playing time during his time at Liverpool. His slow downfall, during which he took the whole salary of course, led to a transfer to Besiktas, where he hoped for a promise of a better football future. As an honorable mention, we could consider Jude Bellingham's earnings deserving of the top spot of our list. But with his youth and a great start at Real Madrid, we will leave his €400,000 salary and €103 million price tag to be judged by future videos. Jadon Sancho. Manchester United again, this time Sancho, who is in 2023 the highest paid English footballer. A winger who's known for his speed and his skills at Borussia Dortmund kind of forgot all of that while at Manchester United. On top of that, he's standing on the edge of destruction of his career. Add injuries on top of that and you get an overpaid player. Yet his contract binds him for a long time to Manchester United, where he's reportedly making around £350,000 per week. Considering he's out of favor and training individually, this is a pretty disturbing sum. It will be very interesting to see if he can solve his problems with the manager Erik ten Hag, or if he'll be set free to choose his next football destination. A big return to Germany would be an obvious choice here. Ross Barkley. Let's add Ross Barkley to wrap things up. Evertonians hated to see Barkley making a controversial move from Everton to Chelsea in 2018. for a reported fee of £15 million and an estimated weekly wage of around £100,000 per week. Sounds like a bargain for an English player, but let me explain. While Barkley has shown flashes of brilliance, his time at Chelsea has been marked by inconsistency and struggles to secure a regular starting place in the team. The competition of Mateo Kovacic or Ruben Loftus-Cheek was just too much. Considering Barkley was seen as one of England's most promising talents, his inability to make his mark on Chelsea's success greater has led to questions about whether his services are worth it. Followed by a slow fall from top football, he'll be remembered as yet another English diamond that never really shined as expected.